Onyx was a really important track for me. It was the first track that I made after I was admitted to hospital last year. I'd been producing a long time before this, but having so much time to reflect while I was in hospital, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to pursue music. You know, through a lot of hard work, diligence and patience, I was able to kind of piece together everything I'd learned into all my ideas of what I wanted to make, if that makes sense. And kind of like, in doing that, I think I was able to find my sound as an artist. Onyx was an experimentation with a new kind of workflow that I hadn't tried before. It kind of came from an interview that I saw with JPEG Mafia and James Blake when JPEG's new album came out. He was saying to him that he basically, for every album, he'll write like 130 beats and then kind of whittle down all of those beats to his favourites for the album. I kind of took this idea and then applied it to individual tracks. So for every track, I'll write like 10 separate beats, and then I'll pick my favourite ones out of those and then find a way to kind of bring them all together. Since kind of discovering this, my music has taken a much more progressive approach. Each track kind of has a multitude of sections in it that never really repeat themselves. I've always found that quite interesting about artists that I've enjoyed. You know, I think it gives a lot of content for people to digest with, you know, their favourite track. Like I said, it's something that I've always enjoyed. Experimental sound design is a big part of how I make music. Once I have like a solid foundation of a track, I'll take elements of that track and do pretty much anything to them to try and make something new that I can layer on with what I've already got. If you listen closely to Onyx, there's so many layers of sound in there that you might not necessarily notice on like the first listen. You know, the way I create these sounds is, like I said, taking what I have and then just applying a bunch of effects to it, granular stuff, resampling, additional elements that kind of add like ear candy to the piece. You know, and I can give you a visual example of this now. This is the project file for Onyx. This section here is actually just the main chords of the track. And you can see I've got this cryogen plugin here. And simply just adding this on and then cycling through the presets, you can create so much more material out of your source material, which is why it works, because it's all based on the original pieces of music. I think making a song this way kind of allows it to stand the test of time, because even after multiple listens, you're always going to be hearing something new in that track that you might not have noticed before. You know, my music may take a few listens to really digest, but I'm okay with that, because I've always felt that the tracks that have had more of an impact on me are the ones that I've kind of listened to a bit more and had time to kind of stew a bit. At least that's the way it's been for me anyway, and that's what I'm trying to do with my music. And that's the story behind Onyx. Please let me know what you think of the track. Feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram, SoundCloud, wherever really. I'm always open to chat. And if you haven't heard Onyx already, I'll make sure to leave a link to the track in the description below. Thanks again for all the support on the track. Take care, and you'll be hearing from me very soon. That went all right then, didn't it?